Today has been quite interesting. For my first experience on NCL.
After over 30 solo cruises, it's my first solo cruise on Norwegian Cruise Line, the #1 cruise line for the solo cruising experience. Today, I'm sailing on the NCL Breakaway in one of their newly added ocean view cabins and participating in their solo cruising program. But aside from the solo group meetups, how is the Norwegian cruise ship experience overall for solos? Is it better than all the other cruise lines I've sailed on? Let's find out. The #1 complaint that I hear about NCL is that cruisers feel nickeled and dimed the whole cruise, but I didn't let that stop me from sailing and forming my own opinion. And wouldn't you know it, I felt nickeled and dimed before even stepping onto the ship. Since this was my first time cruising NCL, I went for a basic package that I could get, which did not include the free at sea promotion. But I found out in check-in that because I didn't have the drink package that's in the free at sea program, well, that bottle of Prosecco that I brought on board, that would cost me a $15 corking fee, even though I would drink it in my room and not at a restaurant, even though NCL wouldn't even see the bottle beyond check-in. And luckily, I only brought one bottle because that corking fee, well, it's per bottle. Now, if you have the free at sea promotion and it includes the drink package, you are not charged this fee. But yes, this was my introduction to NCL on my first sailing.
I did love that NCL had a luggage drop-off option for your carry-ons. Since you can't go to your cabin if you board before rooms are ready, you would have to lug any carry-on bags or items with you until rooms were ready, and then go explore the ship, go get lunch, or whatever. You just had to come back and pick up your bag before 3:30 p.m. I hadn't seen this before on any other ships, and this was definitely a plus to me.
Being solo, a big draw to me on any ship is the adult-only area. On the NCL Breakaway, this was Spice H2O. And at first glance, well, I was very much underwhelmed. Mind you, I've been on a few ships with adult-only areas, and they were an experience. This was not. There was no special theme in this area, and the first thing I noticed was a deck full of loungers with no cushions in the open sun. And while there was a bar, a hot tub, and an adult wading pool is what I would call it, there was not a bit of shade to be had anywhere. And my biggest disappointment was the giant screen in the middle of the aft that blocked your view of the wake, one of the most beautiful views in sailing. To see the wake, a limited few could go to either side of the screen to look out. For an adult-only experience, this was not inviting. The only difference from the main pool deck and the adult-only area to me is that it was labeled adult-only. All right, about to find my cabin. I have an ocean view room. It's the solo ocean view room, so on my way to check it out. 5784, that's going to be over here. Let's find the room. Let's see, I'm at 58. Hi.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bryn, your assistant cruise director, reminding you that rooms are all now accessible. We also kindly ask guests who have not completed the mandatory assembly station safety briefing to proceed to your assigned assembly station at this time.
And this is our solo ocean view room. Okay, I am impressed. Look at the space for a solo cabin. Okay, this is a plus. All right, I just got to my cabin. This is a solo ocean view cabin, and this is cabin number 5784. So let's do a quick room tour to check it out.
I created a separate vlog for the full cabin tour as well as a tour of the solo studio lounge on the NCL Breakaway. You can check those out at any time. I put a link to the video in the description box below. Okay, we just checked out the cabin and now I'm about to go find the studio lounge just to check that out before I go to guest services or find out about entertainment. I'm unsure of whether I actually need to book or not. All right, so I think I have everything taken care of. I went to guest services and at least on this ship, you actually don't have to book any of the shows. There's a place in the app for you to book the shows, but turns out you don't have to because I kept getting an error message. So when I went to guest services, they told me you don't have to book any shows. So it's first come, first served basis, at least on the Breakaway. So now I am in the atrium area. I'm not about to stay here and I will show you why. So I'm in the atrium area and it is pretty packed down here. It's loud, so many people. There's guest services over here. On the other side, there is the shore excursions desk. There's a bar straight ahead, and it looks like they have a screen where they're showing like highlights of our excursion day. So it is pretty packed down here. So this is too many people for me. so I'm about to go find some other space.
I went to the buffet for lunch. It's always great to see wash stations at the entrance, and later they did have the washy-washy crew as seen on Royal Caribbean ships. I was able to find naturally gluten-free options, and you couldn't just order gluten-free items from the crew. Instead, you had to flag down a manager to place a gluten-free order, and I would later find out that you couldn't order for the same day. For pizza, I had to place an order for the next day. Now that's a bit of a pain being NCGS or just gluten intolerant, but this is probably a great thing for celiacs because they do that to make your order in a separate area. And while I enjoyed the buffet options, I did find that it pretty much stayed the same over the course of 4 days, with just a couple of items being switched out, it seemed.
So I'm trying to be the ultimate solo cruisers. Normally this is something I wouldn't do like a solo meetup, but I do want to see what the experience is like and to also share it with you.
12 people traveling together. So it's all young adults, they're all traveling together.
Thank you. 1 million? I thought you said 5 million.
I told a huge lie, a terrible lie, and I would like to fix it. Yes, I mentioned that you need reservations for Burn the Floor. That is not true.
Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it's been a first day. So much has happened, so much is going on, and I am trying to have a good time. I am having a good time because, hey, I'm on a cruise, and any day on a cruise is better than being on land. But I have gone through some stuff today. The latest thing is I went into a restroom after the comedy show, and it was flooded. I mean, literally flooded, and I am hoping that what I stepped into was just pure water. It looks clear. So I'm hoping that's all it was. Okay. I don't even know what to say. But I'm walking through and I am here on the pool deck. So just passing through. Let's see what's going on. So I actually did enjoy my dinner. I just went to the buffet again and I got a turkey patty and tilapia and grilled chicken with some vegetables, like a green pea, mixed vegetables, as well as mushrooms. That was actually good for me, so that turned out good. Today has been quite interesting. For my first experience on NCL, first of all, when I came on board, I brought a bottle of wine. Come to find out, there is a $15 corkage fee, which I've heard of before. If you take your wine to the restaurant to have them to open, there's a corkage fee. But no, this is even if you bring it on board and they do not see it, whether they open it or not, whether they see it or not. Now the next thing for me, the NCL app leaves much to be desired. First of all, it didn't start working until 1:25, and then at 1:25 I was able to see events up until 6 p.m.
Later on, there were more events that appeared, but you have to look at it morning, afternoon, and evening. So there are 3 different screens instead of a scrolling screen. The apps are not consistent with the daily handout that they give, because the app said there was a certain theater show tonight, whereas on the actual paper schedule, no, that's not happening tonight. And I will say that I do find that the app is just not as friendly as some of the other cruise line apps that I've experienced. But it's not the worst, because I have experienced worse. But there are things like when I see an event and I want to find out more information about it, I can't find out more information about it. It doesn't allow you to click to find, you know, hey, what this event is about. But I can't say everything has been a negative experience. I've had a great time. One of the people who uplifted my day was a bartender at the Atrium Bar. And this is day 1, but I know I am definitely going to mention him in the overall survey. He has made my day and has made the day better for me. I love the way that they do the whole safety briefing. First of all, they send you an email beforehand so that you can watch the safety briefing at home. So once you get on the ship, you just go to your muster station and just check in. They scan your card and that is it. So A+ to NCL for their safety drill process. And I had a great time with the solos. I came in late to the solo meetup. There were like at least 30 solos. And when I came in, they were trying to get to know each other and remember each other's names. So I came in on the tail end of that. But after that, I did walk out with one of the other solos, and we went to the bar and had a drink. And she seems to be a solo like me, like, hey, we're not looking to buddy up, have a partner, be attached at the hip for the entire cruise, but hey, I'll see you on the ship. I know your name, so I will see you again. And that's, you know, that's what I enjoy about solo cruising. All right, so now it is 9:08 p.m. I'm going to see what else is going on before I turn in. I haven't gone back to my room to unpack yet, but hey, I'm a solo cruiser. I can do that, you know, tomorrow morning or sometime. So from here, I'm going to see what else I can get into as a solo before I go to bed. I mean, what else could happen today?
So if you watch my channel, you may already know that one of the things I love to do is hop around the ship to enjoy different music venues. The singers and musicians on this sailing were great, but I did hear a few of the same songs several times over the course of the 4-day sailing.
Sucking on to the dogs up Concentrate Street. That goes on.
Since the Bliss nightclub was right behind my slot machine at the casino, I did a quick, and I mean quick, drive-by just to show you the vibe in case you're interested.
Okay, so I'm wrapping up for tonight, but reflection on today, Embarkation Day. I'm going to say, number one, every cruise isn't going to go 100% perfect or the way that you think it should be. It doesn't mean it's a bad ship. It doesn't mean it's a bad cruise line. So I can't say today was like one of the best experiences that I had while cruising. But am I going to say, no, I don't like NCL, I'm not going to give it a chance? No, I'm not going to say that, because for the first day and a half on Virgin Voyages,
I felt that way. I thought this was the most awful thing and I wasn't gonna do it again, but at the end of the cruise, I loved it. So I'm still going to give NCL a chance. There were a lot of things that I loved about this cruise. I love my stateroom. This solo ocean view cabin, I absolutely love it. And I would recommend it. And to me, right off the bat, the staff has been great. To me, they have been hospitable. I haven't met my room steward yet because I haven't been here. But the people that I've met, like in the buffet, at the bar, they have been very hospitable. Nothing that I can complain about on that end. That note, all I can say is, let's see what happens tomorrow. Who knows? All right, bye-bye.